Okay, in the last show, I was talking about making a girl have an orgasm. And when a woman has issues with being uptight, and a lot of women out there, they are uptight sexually. They're worried about their body, how they look to you. Does their pussy feel good to you? They're worried about a lot of stuff. Okay, it's not just us fellas that worry about our dick size and shit. By the way, like I talked about 7 steps. If you got 5 inches, actually just a couple inches, you can still hit the clit and get a girl off, especially if you know how to use your fingers and your words properly. It ain't about dick size, like I teach in my 7 steps course. Okay, so if you follow that stuff, you'll be able to get a girl off, no problem. Especially if you don't have like a 10-inch dick. I don't have a 10-inch dick, so I had to learn shit. Um, it's about getting her to feel comfortable around you, though. Okay, a lot of you guys who are on the nerdy side, girls don't like being around you because you make them uncomfortable, especially if they go to bed with you. Okay, if you're kind of nerdy and kind of left-brained, robotic type, they're not gonna feel comfortable. You got to get out of that mindset and get them to feel relaxed. Get them to feel like they. I used to use this analogy that I heard a long time ago, like they're in the jungle and you could set them free to run unfettered in the jungle. So basically, if she can, talk dirty to you, if she's uptight and you get her to relax so much, she talks a little bit dirty, or look you in the eye, or be really relaxed and joke around, that's comfortable. Like, I don't want to give out my own personal life, but I've always tried to make girls get really relaxed in bed, so there's no walls between us. Okay, so they don't have to be afraid to say, hey, I'd like to try this or something. As long as they're afraid, they're going to be uptight up here. If they get uptight up here, that down there is not going to happen. Okay, you get in up here, you will control that down there, the pussy. So you got to work on making this feel good around you, making this up here relax around you. The game that I'm giving you, fellas, is from the real world. I'm not some nerd theorized about shit. You're not gonna see me go back to my whiteboard there and say, if you insert the penis 2.3 inches and then take 10 deep breaths and then insert it 1/4 of an inch more. I don't do that nerd shit. I give you the real shit from the real world that's worked for me. And I've learned a lot of shit out there about the women and the game. So your goal is to get her to feel relaxed if she's not having an orgasm, and that's what really what makes a woman feel uptight. There are women out there that when they have an orgasm they squirt, and that is actually enough to make them nervous to where they don't want to come because they're afraid of squirting on you. I know a woman that her pussy got really, really wet. She's a little tiny thing too, Brazilian babe, and she was embarrassed that she would get so wet. I guess she was taught that was a bad thing. I'm gonna do we do some Latin shit, male Hail Mary stuff. I don't know afterwards. I don't know, but she got uptight about it. And it wasn't until me that she actually learned to have multiple orgasms. She'd actually never had an orgasm before. Okay. So she felt really relaxed and comfortable to allow that. She had only been married twice. First husband was Portuguese, although her father was Brazilian. Her mother was Portuguese, so she came out really brown-skinned. Her dad was black and something else. Anyway, to give you a lesson here, once they relax, then the orgasm will start to happen. That's my point. So you guys got to relax. You got to act like it's no big deal. And you got to act like you know what you're doing. She has to be able to trust you to give control over her body to you also. Okay, what I've learned is when a woman starts giving that type of control to me, then the rest of the control comes naturally. That's why I've been such a dominant force to women. You guys who are in there begging for sex and stuff like that, you're not controlling shit. You got to teach her that you got the nut. And like I talk about in my 7 steps, what I like to do is get a girl fingering the clit and talking my stuff to her. And I don't say, whose pussy is this? Whose pussy is this, bitch? You hoe, you skank, you fuck you. No, I don't do that childish, immature shit. I talk to her like a man to a woman. Okay? So, once I get her close to that orgasm, I stop. And I make her look me in the eyes while I'm kissing her. Okay? That's power. That teaches her that I have the power of her orgasm. And I get her to the point, I'll build her back up, and I'll stop again. I'll build her back up, and I'll stop again. I'll keep teasing her to let her know I control this. It takes a while to train your woman, okay? And I get her to the point where she's begging. And that's when I begin my real deep training. And I start teaching them what to say. Can I come, Daddy? And that's where I get into all that old daddy shit that I used to do. Okay? No, say, can I come, Daddy? As I'm kissing. And I have a way of, I hold women like a strong male. I'm grabbing their face, my hands behind their neck, and stuff like that, So anyway, that works. Your masculine energy combined with all this, with the finger and the dick, and usually on my dick, well, mine's big enough I could slide past the G-spot and still, rub against it. But if you aim your dick up towards that G-spot, like I teach in 7 steps, you're gonna knock that girl out of orbit. She would never have an orgasm like that again in her life. Okay. So let me go on to the last piece of mail here. Brother was asking me what should he wear for Halloween, and I stopped dressing up for Halloween a long time ago. Okay. I stopped doing the clown shit as I got more serious about my life and my game. I recognize this brother, he's young and stuff like that, but I'm trying to create in you guys a unique type of player out there. Not the low-level scrub player that chases every pussy out there, but a higher quality player, okay? So I learned not to dress up for Halloween. That's the clown shit. That's what the goobs do, okay? So I don't recommend you put on a clown suit and go out and think that's going to make you have fun. You got to learn how to relax and chill out up here without it. When I went to Burning Man the 2 times, all I saw was nothing but the Silicon Valley people out there trying to have fun in lives and be something they're not, which was outgoing. They had to wear costumes to feel outgoing. What kind of bullshit is that? What kind of fucked up mental bullshit is that? You got to put on a clown suit or a costume to make yourself feel like you could be a wild and crazy guy? Huh? I was working with KBI Channel 6 here in my town because my buddy was a TV producer, and he hooked us with a deal. We got a free RV and all expenses paid. They bought our food, everything, to go to Burning Man, and just to film some of the video. In fact, I think it was ABC or CBS, one of them. They lost their footage of the actual burn, and they used mine that I shot on my own personal camera that year. So anyway, what I noticed about Burning Man, as I kind of ramble on to another subject like an old man, it was all the nerds out there slathering over fat chicks. It was like the internet people. When I got online, all those fat chicks had power, and they'd make guys beg for them, and they did that internet speak, that weird shit. Squirrel walks across the room and gives what's-her-face a kiss. What kind of fucked up mental bullshit is that? I don't do that shit. I hope none of you guys do that type of immature shit. That's some weird shit. Like I said, I'm from the real streets. I'm from the real world. Well, I don't do that internet shit. So you guys got to go out to my world to get women. Okay, you're gonna find them on them chat rooms. So anyway, you gotta learn to be normal. So you abnormal motherfuckers that are talking that internet talk, stop that nonsense. Grow the fuck up. And I saw some grown ass men speaking like that. So anyway, I noticed that that's all these computer programmer types, and I told my buddy, man, if we dropped a bomb on this place, we put the Silicon Valley out of business. And I said we had a problem with nerds back then. I wasn't really teaching at the time, was I? I don't think I was. Yeah, I was on the Pimps Network, so I wasn't really teaching. I didn't get out there into to the community and start, talking about some shit. So yeah, that was my feeling back then. I'm sticking to it. Drop a bomb on this motherfucking place, we'll destroy entire Silicon Valley. And a buddy of mine who's a self-professed nerd, he has nerd parties, or used to have nerd parties every year, where you had to wear the glasses with the patch on them, and you only talk math and physics. I don't know what I was doing there, but I can speak the language. So, yeah. He loves Burning Man. He's there right now, in fact. And he's met a lot of physicists there. That's how smart some of the people are that go to Burning Man. Some really intelligent people out there camping in the deserts. And then the artwork, these motherfuckers. White folks, you guys got some weird shit in your head. I don't know what some of that artwork you guys make, man. What the fuck? The hell are you thinking? But it's creative. I'm gonna give it creative, but look like a pile of shit. Some of it. But whatever. It works. It gives people an excuse to get out there and just be wild in their lives. And what I was gonna get at was that these motherfuckers could do that in their normal daily life instead of wait they wait all fucking year to build some weird vehicles and to parade around and shit in their stupid ass costumes. They could be wild in their personal lives and more outgoing if they just de-nerdify. So that's my goal, is to tell you guys about the real world, not the world these internet nerds are talking about, that you got to do this to get in, to make you look more like a fucked up geek, but teach you guys how to normalize yourself so you can fit in. Not only fit in, but shine. Okay? Because that's where you got to go get the hot. You got to slap out these hot chicks. Well, they're not going to take that internet world shit. Internet speak and all that goober shit. Alright, fellas? You got to fit in. And you got to get in where you can fit in. Like the old black saying, you got to get in where you can fit in. If you're a 5 material, the best you're going to do right now is a 6 or 7. Get used to it. As you go up in your looks and your energy, you can get hotter chicks. But I was pissed off when I learned this, like I said years ago, but it's pretty true. You can get about 2 points up than yourself, provided you got some game. That's what they don't tell you. If you're all geeked out and want to talk some quantum physics shit, entanglement theory shit to a girl, you ain't gonna get nowhere. Although I did just watch a good movie come out of Australia called Griff, Invisible Griff. And if you guys ever watched True Blood, my boy on there is Stackhouse, Jason Stackhouse. I like that motherfucker. He fucks every chick in town. He don't fuck everybody. He don't fuck up his fucking life. He don't fuck his entire life up. Fucking. And Stackhouse, in this movie, he's playing a fucking nerd, is what he's playing. I suggest you watch that movie. I saw it on Netflix last night. And I watched the entire thing. 2 weird people met each other. His brother, who was normal, was trying to date this chick, but she was weird. And she saw the weirdness in Stackhouse's character, so they kind of fell for each other. And that's what Jenna Marbles talking about, at your own level. If you're kind of weird mentally and fucked up, super smart, you want to go for a girl that's super smart. You don't want to go for some hot babe that, only her highest IQ is how high she can paint her eyebrows. Come on. You ain't gonna like that type of chick. She ain't gonna like you. It's a waste of your time and energy. Does that make sense, fellas? Let me know if I'm just blowing smoke up your ass. You think I'm blowing smoke up your ass? I'm trying to make sense to you, fellas. And let me know if I'm not making any sense to you. Alright? Peace. I'm out of here.